Hi folks, this is TJ Forrest with the Cougar Academy, bringing you the second video in our GED writing test tutorial series. In this video, I'd like to explain to you how the scoring of the writing test is done. Recall that the writing test consists of two separate tests. One is the multiple choice test, and then the other one is the essay. And the way that your overall writing test score is derived or determined is based upon combining those two scores, the score that you get on your multiple choice and the score that you get on your essay, combining those to come up with one overall writing score for your test. And that's what I want to show you how that's done. And why this is important, and I think this is kind of a cool part of the writing test, is that the way that they score this test actually gives you options, and it gives you a little bit of wiggle room there in terms of what to emphasize with the writing test. And let me explain a little bit more about how that is. Let's take a look at this chart. I've made up this chart based upon what I know about the actual scoring system, and it's pretty close to what they actually do. Now, along this area here would be the multiple choice score, and this would be the number correct. And recall that there's only 50 questions on the multiple choice test. Now, the essay is scored on a range of 2 to 4, 4 being perfect or very, very good essay. Okay, so that would mean that if somebody scored a 50, it didn't get anything wrong in their multiple choice, right? And they got a perfect score on their essay, then of course they should get the highest score possible on their GED writing test, which is 800, and which is what's shown here on the chart here. Now let's give a different example, a different scenario here. Let's say somebody scored a 10 on their multiple choice. So in other words, they got 40 questions wrong and only scored and only got 10 correct. Now, many people would think, oh, for sure, I bombed the writing test. But this is the cool part. Actually, no, because if you look across here, along this row, look at that. We know that a passing score is a 410, right? So a 420 you could get with a 3 on your essay. Now, isn't that cool? Now, when I'm training people on the writing tests, on their essay, what we shoot for is to get an average or a consistent score of a 3 or a 3.5 on their essays. What that means is that if they were to do an essay under timed conditions, like on the actual test, they would consistently get a 3 or 3.5. And why I shoot for that as a goal with the people that I'm working with is because, as you can see, looking down these columns, you can get very low on your multiple choice and still pass the test. Now, isn't that awesome? So now let's take a look at a little different scenario. Let's say someone got half right. That's pretty typical. People get about half right. And let's say that this person who I've been working with has been getting a consistent 3.5 on their essay. So if we were to take either one of those scores, come down, look across on the 25, we could see that they could get a 470 or even a 510. Isn't that cool? Getting only half right on the multiple choice, writing a pretty decent essay, they could get a pretty good score. Those are nice scores right in there. Sometimes people actually do really well on the multiple choice. I don't know how they do it, just because I'm not a very good multiple choice test taker. But sometimes, maybe they'll score up at 45 or 40. And if they score consistently high on their essays, around a 3 and a 3.5, look at this. They could score around in this range. They could get over a 600 on their essay. Is that cool or what? So it's really nice to know that you have some different options for you. Certainly, I would always strive to get around a 3.5 on your essay. Like I said, later on in this tutorial series, I actually go through how to get those scores. So if you're not really good on the multiple choice, don't sweat it. Focus on your writing. So folks, that's all I have for you today. Please swing by thecougaracademy.com and check out the website. We have some cool articles there, and sign up to get notified when we do some posts and that sort of thing. So you always know what's going on with us. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.